I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine who was telling me that he's been feeling like a lot of the people that he's been surrounding himself with has just been making up excuses about why they can't do certain things. They're not living up to the standard that he's holding himself up to, right? Just waking up, working hard, doing what he has to do as a man, fulfilling his duties as a man, going to the gym, working out, just being the full package, right? And he feels like every time that he opens up about that lifestyle and has that conversation with his friends, that for some reason they either act jealous or they tell him like, hey, you should take it easy on yourself, you should slow down. There's a bunch of different things that they say to him why he shouldn't live that ambitious life. And I told him, you need new friends. You need to start surrounding yourself with people that are holding themselves to a higher standard. And I wanted to make this video about that because I think that one of the main things that's keeping a lot of you guys down is that you surround yourself with people who are not ambitious, who are not driven, who are lazy. And anytime that they see you doing something good for yourself, it's going to be like crabs in a bucket. They're going to try to drag you down, right? Oh, he thinks that he's better than us. Oh, he thinks that he's going to be able to leave his situation and gap me. No, that's not going to happen. So they'll try to bring you right back down to where you were because they fear losing that friend. And I'll tell you guys, right now I'm driving an RS5. I live in a 7-bedroom mansion. I am very happy with the things that I've done. Obviously, I've made some mistakes just like everybody else, but I've advanced in life. Right? I've learned from those mistakes and I've calibrated and I've grown. So with that comes the tangible things that I have to show for it. And pretty soon I'm going to be driving an Audi R8, right? So like that's how I'm seeing the life trajectory that I'm living. And there was a lot of people around me in the beginning who had certain aspirations that they didn't make the cut, right? They're still in a place in their life where they're still struggling with some very fucking simple things that, once you get it down and you stay consistent and you build some momentum, you never have to deal with it again, right? Things like the gym, things like, making your first sales calls, things like even switching careers to something that's going to be more productive for you. And real estate was one of the best things that I did because speaking about the topic of surrounding yourself with higher quality people, I mean, almost by default, you start to meet higher quality people in the business of real estate, right? There's a lot of events that you could go to and you meet top producers, people that are making a lot of sales, people that are making a lot of money. There are clients that you can attain buying $1 million homes that you get acquainted with and you find out the stuff that they're doing. And it's like, wow, this guy's a doctor, this guy's a lawyer, he's a high earning individual. And you start to understand their work ethic and their mindset and what they do. Right? Coaches and mentorship. You sign up for coaching and mentorship because you want to improve your sales skills. You want to improve your marketing. You want to improve your social media presence, whatever the case is. And you start to surround yourself with not just the mentors, but also other speakers that are invited to speak at that event. Other colleagues that are at that event that are also just as hungry as you are, or even maybe hungrier that you can learn from. And you start to surround yourself with these people that are like-minded and also applying the things that they're learning. Man, you start to see yourself shift because you don't want to be the guy that falls behind, right? You don't want to be that one guy that was in that room at one point, surrounded by all of these motivated, purpose-driven individuals, and then 6 months to 12 months later, you're still in the same position and everybody else is buying supercars and doing cool shit, right? You don't want to be that individual that is falling behind. And that drives me, right? That fuels my fucking engine. So, and it should fuel your engine too, right? Because if you're surrounding yourself with low-level people, they're just going to do everything in their power to justify why they're not getting ahead and why they're not doing the things that they're supposed to be doing in life. And that is something that you have to be very careful of because you don't want people to justify their mistakes. You want to be around people that learn from their mistakes, that hold themselves accountable, that take ownership over the fuck-ups that they have in their life. Because those are the people that are going to progress further and make a change in their life and start to live their dream. Their dream will no longer be a dream. It would be a reality, right? And your environment will dramatically influence you. That's why I started the Built from Pain Network, right? It was during the COVID times. It was back in 2020 where everybody was at home, nobody was going out, but there was still opportunity out in the world. There was still things that you could do as a man. You could still work out. Even if the gyms were closed, you could work out at home, right? There's workouts to be done. I had a whole workout routine indoors that I was sharing with the guys. I had a wake up routine. I had a business routine. I had certain things that I was doing to still get ahead in life. And I think those communities are so important, especially when shit hits the fan, because the average individual is going to be fearful, is going to cut back and play it safe. While when you're in a productive, high producing community, they're going to look for opportunities. They're going to look for the gap that nobody sees and how they can profit from that gap, how they can stand out, how they can be different, right? In the midst of the storm, they're going to find a solution, right? So it's very important that you surround yourself with these people that are relentless, that don't give up, and that push past their limitations, right? Not just make excuses for the limitations. So it's very important. If you haven't already started taking action towards this, I think that it's definitely something that you should, right? One way that you could start is possibly by switching to a different gym, right? I know some people that have done that, where they go to a regular gym that is only like maybe $50 a month and everybody else goes there. But if you see another gym that is charging you $100 a month or $150 a month, there's going to be a different crowd that they're targeting, right? A richer crowd. Maybe going to that gym may help you facilitate more relationships and networks that you could then implement later to get you more business, or to just establish a better relationship with a more productive individual that could motivate you and inspire you, right? And keep you purpose driven, because that's very important. There's a lot of things that you could do, a lot of hubs, you know, and even joining online networks, right? Like I talked about the Built from Pain Network. It's helped a lot of people that are in it, right? They see themselves grow. They see themselves being more productive in life because, again, they don't want to be the bitch in the pack, right? And I am a part of a variety of different networks that, again, it's one of the main reasons why I joined is because I wanted to be around more people like that. When I first got my real estate license, one of the first things that I did was join a private mastermind. And within that private mastermind, there was a bunch of real estate professionals that was also striving towards greatness, right? So I think it's very important, and I think that's been one of the catalysts to my success, is the right people, keeping the right people in your corner. Imagine you being a boxer and you have a shitty coach in your corner that's not supporting you, that's not telling you how to correct your move, how to correct your pace, how to counter back and watch out for the mistakes that your opponent is making so that then he could go ahead and give you that game. If you don't have that in your corner, it's gonna take away value from you, because that other person might have that in his corner, right? So if in any other scenario that you could possibly think of that you're expected to perform, you're gonna have that experience. You're gonna see that play out in some way, shape, or form, right? So if you're not utilizing it and you're not surrounding yourself with the right people, you're placing yourself at a disadvantage. You're handicapping yourself. That's it for today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you thought about this video, what resonates with you. If you have any personal stories, feel free to share it. I love reading through them. And also share it with a friend that you believe this might be beneficial. If you have a boy that you want to run it up with, right? And you're like, man, I want to make sure we're both on the same type of time. Share with him, you know, let him know that you're thinking about him in this way, that you care about him, that you want him to be successful, that you want to be driving Ferraris alongside each other, right? Let him know that you see him in that vision with you, because it's very important to bring your people up and hold them up to that standard. All right. So I'll catch you guys later and keep crushing it. Peace.